I worked in bookstores for 15 years, and so many things happened, I need to tell these stories. This is something that could have been an incredibly scary situation. I was at the front of the store, and it was after dark in the winter, so it had been very cold. And I saw a very elderly couple walk in the building, and they looked very unsure, and were just kind of looking around. So I said, hey, how are you doing? Are you trying to find anything? And they said, well, we need directions. We don't know how to get home. And I was immediately very concerned, because that is not something that people ask you. And I coaxed them to come back with me to the desk in the center of the store. The whole time the man was saying, no, we need to get back in the car and drive. And the wife was saying, no, we've been driving for hours. We can't do that. And she was starting to tear up, like she was going to cry. And I said, no, we can help you. If you come back here to the desk with me, we'll get you a cup of coffee. And we'll figure out what's going on, and you'll be fine. So they get back to the desk, and the wife immediately dumps out her purse. And she says, I was trying to find our address, and I don't have it. And everything that's in her purse is just like garbage. She has like old makeup, trash, tissues, everything. The man puts his wallet on the counter, and we said, do you have, did either of you have an ID or a driver's license? Because I don't have your address. And neither of them had that, and they also said, oh, we moved recently, so we don't know where we live. And he also set his keys on the counter. So as my coworker came back with the coffee to hand them, I very quietly just kind of slid the keys off the top of the counter and moved them kind of to the side, underneath the edge of the desk, where he would not see them. I was terrified at that point that they were going to leave. It took us a while, but we managed to get them to tell us their names. And they had a unique, longer last name. So we had them go sit down in a cafe, and I went in the phone book, and I found a guy who lived nearby who had the same last name, and I called him and I said, hey, do you have older relatives in the area with these names? And he said, yeah, that's my parents. And I said, well, they're here at the bookstore across the street from the mall, and they don't know where they are and say they've been driving for hours and don't know how to get home. He panics at that point and is like, keep them there. And I was like, yeah, I have his keys. He doesn't know where his keys are, but I have them. And this guy says, I'll be there in like 30 minutes because he lived kind of far away. And he showed up eventually later with his son to drive their car. But it turned out they had been driving for hours and hours, all night, with no idea where they were going. They had gone out to go pick up prescription.